talking about you gonna eat your cornbread. Really reminds me of baby wipes. I mean, R. Kelly reminds me of baby wipes. The Black Definitive says any car with the ECU, right? Because if you put a new engine in a classic car with the ECU, it still will be. Now that's true. No, you answer the question. No. That's different. Like, for instance, I'm gonna give you an example of the question. I'm gonna give you an example to prove I know the question you asked. New car. That's what it is. Because it's an old car with all the new amenities. Yes, those old cars will be affected. I appreciate your statement, your question. I appreciate your question. That shows you're intelligent and you're actually listening and paying attention. And I'm gonna show you. I'm just gonna go to YouTube real quick. I'm gonna show you an old car in the 80s that will be affected. 1987 box Chevy with 5. And upgraded it to the 5.3, the newer model 5.3, he wouldn't have a problem. If the burst happens, he gonna have a motherfucking problem. You know why? Because his motor is ran off that fucking computer, the newer style, LS. Them LS motors they putting in all these older trucks. Them LS motors they putting in these old box Caprices and Chevy Impalas and shit. 71 through 76 and so on and so forth. They will be affected. You know why? Because they upgraded their old car to the new technology. That's why those cars will be affected. That's the only reason those cars will be affected. This car will be affected because of this motor that sits in this car. They have to take the wiring harness. They have to take the computer. They have to take the ECM, the ECU. They're two, you know what I mean? They will be affected. They will. But a real old car will not be. Why? Because your old car is only an old car by looks from the outside. But based on the drivetrain, it's a brand new car. It's just like the brand new cars. Straight like that. Appreciate you bringing that observation. You feel what I'm saying? Appreciate that, Black Definitive. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. 700R. I just sold a 700R for $600. Them 700Rs is rare as fuck. 700R4. Yeah, so you know that's what that is, man. So OnStar and GPS vehicles are primary targets? Absolutely. Absolutely. And even though they can track it, only if you hide it behind locked gates and shit like that, because it's against the law for them to trespass through locked gates and shit like that. If your car's sitting on the street, you ain't gonna be able to hide from a repo man. If you got a job and you go and you pull up in your motherfucking job parking lot and you ain't paid your bills, they gonna you gonna come out and you're gonna be calling somebody to get a ride because they're gonna take your shit. The only way you can motherfucking, if you hiding from the repo man, is not get your car taken, because they can't bring the law into it like that. They have to actually, like, people don't know the law states this. If your car is on the repo, right, and you sitting up here and you catch the repo man for they hook and book your shit, they have to actually be able to get that car with no physical force, no beef, no none of that. Y'all, they show y'all this shit on TV too, on certain shows, like especially them repo shows and shit. And the police make the motherfucking repo man break in your garage to get that car, and they can't call the police. They can call the police, but the police can't make you get them the car. But the EMP it don't matter, because if the EMP happens, you ain't gonna be able to drive that motherfucker anyway. Route 66 is now running next to Highway 40, if I'm not mistaken. Man, that's coming up this year too. She'll be coming up. I forgot what month it is. Don Watson's got to go. I'm going to go too. Peace, bro. But trying to walk for water and food will get you killed. Yeah. Yes, I have a basement with lots of supplies. So do I. So do I. Underground caverns are all over, but you will need a way to protect and possibly relocate some of that water. The soil will most likely be tainted. No, the soil will be tainted. The soil will be tainted. The soil will be. I'm gonna tell you something. I don't do ramen noodles like that, man. But I done stocked up on them motherfuckers. I'm stocked. Them motherfuckers is cheap. I don't give a fuck. I done stocked up on them motherfuckers. I literally have stocked up on shit like ramen noodles, rice. Oh, your stove ain't gonna work. The gas gonna be off, and I ain't worried about that motherfucker. I know how to start a fire. Only thing you need to cook is a fire. I got firewood. They called on that too because I had a bunch of firewood from the 2 trees I paid $3,000 to have removed. I got hella firewood, fire pit. I got burn barrel. I ain't tripping. I'll be able to start a fire and cook my food. You know what I mean? Prepare for the worst, but hope for the best. I mean, that's all we can do. That's all we can do. There wasn't. That's why I had a question mark. And then you say you think I misread your ECM comment. I don't. Okay. All right. If I did, it wasn't intended. Whatever. Yeah, it was a weird comment. True has a very high IQ. Facts. Hey, Derek, I ain't tripping, man. I know what I got. They just don't want to admit that I got what I got. You feel what I'm saying? She says, okay, so they are trying to say the lost brain cells. They are trying to say the lost brain cells after being here for 25 minutes, but they lost brain cells. I think he meant they lost brain cells after being here for 25 minutes. But then they typed it so chopped up that it was hard to tell what the fuck they were saying. It happens a lot. I'm not ready for the electric ride. Me either. Just like I wasn't ready for the electric slide. The electric slide. No. Nope. I mean, I would say go ask Tim Tam Flim Flam to do it, but he only does videos about women that do shit like that. When there's equal or a greater amount of men who are doing harm to our children. But no, I ain't breaking it down. There's no reason to break that down. I'm sorry. I apologize. I ain't gonna be able to do it. Not even for the burn. You can eat ramen noodles dry too, true shit. I ain't crunching on them motherfuckers. I'm gonna start a motherfucking fire. Not many of you even know how to start a fire with sticks. If you ain't got a motherfucking lighter or some matches and some gasoline or some motherfucking flammable fluids, you don't know how to fucking start a fire. Well, I do. I do. It takes a minute, but I can get a fire started. See, listen, let me tell you something. I was locked up for quite some time as a juvenile. We knew how, if you got electricity, right? We knew how to pop sockets. How many people here know how to pop a socket? You feel what I'm saying? That's what they do in the joint. I got them motherfucking torches and shit to where I don't need a light. I got the motherfucking metal striker. It creates a spark and it lights the fuel or the flame. I mean, I got backup plans. What do you have? Given the event that, it happens. What do you have? You know them little torches and shit you can buy at motherfucking AutoZone, Menards, Home Depot and shit like that. 7, 10, 20, 30 motherfucking bucks. You can buy them with the striker where it just strikes like a lighter. It just creates a strike. A strike and the right flame or the right chemicals will create a fire. I mean, I'm okay, all right. I'm slow. My bad. I ain't mean to tell y'all that. Why would you take a classic and put new stuff under the hood if you don't have to? That's a tragedy. It's a tragedy because it destroys the value of the vehicle. But then again, it's not because they take the old vehicle and they turn around and they make it run like a brand new actual vehicle with the gas mileage, the fuel economy, a work truck, and then I want to make the other custom, for shows and different shit like that. So, if most people who do that, that's just a preference, you know. And a lot of them don't even care about the values of the cars, and actually, their cars are not worth as much as they think they are anyway. Those 120 and 180, she said. So, would a package solenoid need to be on deck? Perhaps several of them, and in War of Worlds, the dude was replacing a solenoid right under the hood, and most solenoids easy to most solenoids easy to replace. Most solenoids are easy to replace, except on some newer cars. Like for instance, a buddy of mine has the newer model Camaro. That motherfucking starter is almost in the middle of the motor. That's not easy to replace. The solenoid is fucked up on it. Sometimes it starts, sometimes it don't. But the starter is high as fuck, and the labor is high as fuck. You see what I'm saying? It's not true. Got plenty of Flint Rock. What you know about Flint Rock? You know about Flint Rock like you know about Plymouth Rock. Hey y'all, get up out of here, man. We done got into some whole nother shit. You feel what I'm saying? But it is what it is, man. I appreciate y'all respecting the show, chiming in, man, keeping it gutter straight 100. The rest of y'all, man, y'all kiss where the sun don't shine. Oh, well, you know where that is. True Freeman 317. I'm out, man. Chop it back up with y'all later. Now that's a great ass topic to chop up on. You know what I mean? But these people ain't gonna listen, man. So with that said, man, I'm out, man. Peace, monkey grease. Have a nice day. Have a nice weekend. We supposed to be getting rain this weekend. I just hate it because these whole lot of days we getting fucking rained out. But I'm out, y'all. Peace and monkey grease. Catch y'all when I catch you.